Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Mr. Tim Spiers. Tim, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Norwich City. I guess more of the same from the game at Carrow Road. Pretty good performance.
Yeah, so we're kind of getting to the real business end, as they call it, of this season now.
The nitty-gritty.
And there's a run of fixtures coming up which are going to decide once and for all whether Wolves will be a Premier League team next year.
Come on.
If they get through these...
You've already declared it. You announced promotion 2 weeks ago.
They announced promotion. If they get through these 6 games...
Then
unscathed. I mean, 7 rather, really. There's some difficult away games coming up next month, and if they have a blip like they did against Nottingham Forest tomorrow, then there's a small window for the chasing pack because they've got Fulham away on Saturday, which is the most difficult game to have in this division at the moment.
Correct.
I think you'd say.
Correct. Agreed.
On an S-hot run of form, as they say. They completely did Villa over on Saturday.
Smash them to pieces.
It's going to be it's going to be a really tough game. So if they were to have a repeat of their Nottingham Forest display tonight, and then all of a sudden that Fulham game becomes a little bit bigger because the gap might be down to single figures. Whoa. So, but then. Like I said, they don't want to make. I keep saying this. They don't want to make themselves catchable because in March they've got Leeds away, they've got Villa away, and they've got Middlesbrough away. Which some would say is a very easy game.
No,
some might say it's quite difficult. So that's it. So you don't want to be still fighting for it towards the end of March. You want to be in this position they're in now, and just picking which game we're going to have a massive party at.
So I know there's going to be a massive party.
It's going to be a huge party. So anyway, Norwich at home. Again, similar to that Nottingham Forest game, playing a very inconsistent team at home that they should be, and if they're on top of the game, then they will do.
Surprised though, Norwich. I thought they'd be thereabouts coming into the season, and they just seem to be 13th, 14th.
Yeah, I guess like Wolves, they made an awful lot of changes, brought in a manager from overseas who's not been in this country before. It's not really worked out. They've got a lot of young players. They've had to sell players on. Alex Pritchard went in January, others went last summer. So they're rebuilding.
Sure.
They couldn't afford to keep John Ruddy and Ryan Bennett on wages, and Wolves have ended up with them, which shows you the different budgets that the two clubs are at. So Norwich are in a big rebuilding process, which is why Daniel Farke's still in a job.
Yeah.
I think they're struggling down in 13th, 8 points from the playoffs. I think they've already got one eye on next season.
Of course.
But they're still a dangerous team. I mean, Nelson Oliveira, Wolves fans know all about him, and of course James Maddison, who was one of the best players Wolves have played against this season. Wolves convincingly beat Norwich 2-0 in October, but he ran literally ran rings around Wolves players at times. He was quite phenomenal I know you missed that one, but he was phenomenal to watch at times, and he scored 10 goals this year, 21. Wolves are looking at him. Wolves do like him, as do a lot of clubs.
Okay.
So he'll be one to watch tonight, but tomorrow night even. But if they repeat how they played at Carrow Road, then they'll win.
So team-wise, what we're looking at, because I mean, I guess the easy thing is to say is just going to keep it going, keep the same 11, but do you think that there could be maybe 1 or 2 surprises?
I think there could be. I think Roman Sace.
Is this the time?
I think Roman Sace will come back in.
You do?
And Jai's had a couple of stinkers.
Do you think he was a stinker at Preston?
I thought he was bang average and got taken off, didn't he, after 50 minutes or an hour. The game before, whoever that was against, please fill me in.
It was a home game.
QPR at home.
Yeah,
he scored, but he was very
second half he was average.
Lethargic in possession, just kept giving the ball away, looked off the pace. And a lot of QPR's attacks came from that central third of the pitch, where normally Sace would be just sitting there, sorting it all out.
So Sace has gone up.
The back three.
Has he gone up since he's been
never really went down, but Njai kind of adds something more to the game that Sace doesn't, certainly in terms of an attacking presence, in terms of a physical threat. But when he's not on it, he looks average, Njai, because he just looks like he's just
heavy, doesn't he?
Yeah, looks like he's just floating around the middle of the pitch, not really doing a lot, and giving the ball away. So yeah, he's been a bit too inconsistent. Shame for him because it's his big chance. He's had 4 games in a row.
Well, has he failed his audition for Premier League football potentially next season?
I don't know, he's a good option. He's and probably a good option in an away game in the Premier League where you need a physical presence to support the striker in the box. I think he'd be pretty good at that, to be honest. He's got Premier League experience as well. I don't think he costs a lot of money. So no, it's not. You're too reactionist.
I'm just saying. I'm asking the questions.
I think Sace will come in, and if I were Nuno. If I were Nuno,
who's coming?
I'd start Benicofobie.
Yeah, big Benic.
I would start Benicofobie.
So that means that Bonatini's going to start then, yeah?
Well, I'd look at this in classic Championship manager fashion as 2 games in one, right? As in, you're looking at Norwich and Fulham, right? As back-to-back games, quick turnaround, and I think you're planning your teams. You're planning your Fulham team as well as planning your Norwich team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think you can play the same 11 in both matches.
No.
Because it'll be a high intensity game on Saturday.
They're all about 81 to 78%. You've got a few 100% on your bench condition wise.
Someone like Costa, I don't think he can start both games. I think Nuno may look back to January when they had their slump and they had quick amount of games in quick succession. Didn't really change the team, and they look rubbish for a little bit. So I don't know. Personally, I'd put a Phobie in. I think it'd be a great game for him to get his confidence up with a goal or two, and suddenly you've got the Benik Phobie that you want, because at the moment he's trying too hard. I think he needs a goal. We're talking about 3 substitute appearances here. He probably hasn't even played 90 minutes yet. But you know, if he's going to force his way into the team and make an impact in the second half of the season, he needs his confidence up and he needs to be scoring goals. So I think it'd be a good opportunity to rest Helder Costa for this particular game.
Definitely Helder, not Jota.
I think so. Well, you never rest Jota, and Jota just gets through it. Cavallero's too important at the moment.
Well, he plays 70 minutes and goes off anyway. So
yeah, who does?
Cav.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single game, and Costa as well. To be fair, he normally gets about an hour. So that's personally what I'd do. I'd start a Phobie, rest Costa, keep Costa sharp for Saturday, and maybe look at bringing him back in at Craven.
So why would he play a Phobie and not bring in Bonatini then?
Because I'm Nuno, I just said, man.
I know, but you're not your Tim Spiers. I'm saying that just wouldn't Nuno have a preference to Bonatini, his man, and maybe give him, I'm sure he's desperate to get a goal as well.
True that. It's December the 4th was Bonatini's last goal. So, yeah, you've got 2 strikers short on confidence probably there. But Bonatini, he only came on for 1 minute on Saturday, so maybe I wouldn't say after a week out with injury, maybe it might be a bit risky to start him.
Options good, though.
Lots of lower options.
Lower options.
My new catchphrase, I think.
Myself and Tim will be at Molineux tomorrow night for all the post-match, pre-match build-up. Make sure you log on to expressthestar.com.